all next week.
That's easy. Easy money.
Does that work?
You know what's easier money than that?
No telling me.
Collecting that $10,000 penalty for Caleb being late again.
Doctor's appointment. Doctor's appointment is legit.
When was it scheduled? Within 24 hours? Is there a time period that you scheduled 2 hours in advance?
First of all,
16
you don't
hours?
have a say in it.
That's not true.
It is true. I've been notified that he had. Just slap him upside the head. Just punch him upside the head.
I was spending your $10,000 bonus there, penalty check. I thought I was ready.
I told you it was excused.
I was going straight to the mall. I was going to wow him out. I was going to go on one of those shopping sprees.
Now what you got to say?
On MTV Cribs, I was going to. All right, I spent. Going to buy watches and bust downs and all that stuff.
You know, the one thing that I will say about you, I'm going to wait till Caleb puts the headset on for me to say this.
Well, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
All right, so the one thing that I will say about Toolbag over here is he says crap behind your back, but then he says it to you too.
Oh, yeah.
So I do respect
I'm
that.
authentic.
Does he?
I'm real.
Everything?
I still want you to punch him upside the head.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
going to have to settle it later.
Yeah, we can. We'll sign a doctor's note.
You got a ball counter up here? What is this?
It's bingo. This is bingo.
I'm sure.
No, it is. It's a bingo hall here now.
Well, what else would you do in this place?
Yeah, I don't know.
Have in the waiting room.
Unbelievable. Well, a lot of things to talk about.
Yeah.
One of arguably the greatest fights I've seen. Let me rephrase it. One of the greatest fights I remember that I saw last week in Matt Schnell. Did you see that fight?
No.
Oh, my God.
No.
He was literally knocked out 412 times and then came back and submitted the guy.
Wow.
It was. Did you see it?
I saw highlights of it.
It was crazy. They should have maybe even have stopped the fight. You know, that's how bad he was out.
Wow.
It's definitely worth going back and watching.
I definitely will. This was like my first weekend I've missed of UFC, and I don't know how long. Like that I didn't get to watch. As you know, I've told you there's been a lot of doing a lot of stuff. So yeah, no, it was crazy.
You still have a lot of non-watched weekends to catch up to Toolbag.
Yeah, for sure.
He doesn't watch anything. Oh, I saw a clip.
I really watch TV unless I'm on it.
So never.
No, I'll be on Saturday at the BKFC.
Okay, there you go.
Let me ask both of you. You got the preview on Monday. Did either one of you watch this week's episode?
Wasn't able to.
No,
You didn't watch either?
Not yet.
I wasn't able
Not
to.
me. We've got the interview in 45 minutes. What do you mean not yet?
I need a what you call it? Spark notes?
We need an extended commercial break.
I'll give you the Cliff Notes.
There you go.
Cliff notes. There you go.
Julianna Miller, Killa Miller, if you remember, she put on a clinic. I was so happy for her. And I was happy for her as I watched it. And again, I'm going to address this with her as well. So her opponent, and I didn't write down any stuff on the other side, her opponent says, and I'm going to mention this to Julianna when she's on, that she is an experienced martial artist fighting a jiu-jitsu player. That's what she called Miller.
Wow. And
And
lost.
lost.
And she also said it was embarrassing to lose there.
She did say that.
So I mean, do you buy into any of that? Is that just an excuse after the
Miller
fight?
fought. I can't. Her last. I always mess up her name. Okay.
Next season, I promise I'm going to keep notes.
Yeah.
Because once we talk about it, I move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
So I don't jot down anything. But if I remember, it was a great fight then, and Dana even said that on the episode. And then this one was just a clinic.
Yeah.
An absolute clinic. And yes, I just think it's sour grapes. I would imagine you're the athlete. You tell me.
Whoa.
Yeah, you're not.
We are
No,
athletes.
You're far from an athlete. So if you lose to a good fighter, right, it's okay, I lost. But if you lose to somebody that you should definitely mop up with, I get that. Sour grapes when you get dominated, right? I mean, if you know the team you're playing on Sunday is just as good as you, deep down in your heart, you're not going to say out loud, I get. But, if it's a close thing, but if you get dominated by somebody you don't think is any good.
Like the Jacksonville Jaguars beating the Colts when they had the chance to
Yeah.
go to the playoffs.
Yeah.
But they're all pro players. Can't any given Sunday any
there's,
team
for
win?
sure. But there's levels.
Yeah, see.
No.
There are pro players, yes, but there's levels, and you understand like what you have as a team, and like the talent level. Like I've been on teams where coaches tell you the week of, like, hey, these guys have better players than us everywhere. If you want to win this game, you got to make it close, run the ball, be good on third downs, and so like people are very realistic. That's at least in the NFL. There's no sugarcoating things. Like,
So then, really, on any given Sunday, that's not true. Because if you take the Miami Dolphins of 4 years ago
Yeah.
and put them up against, I don't know, who was the Super Bowl champ 4 years ago, whoever, they're not going to win.
Patriots.
Probably. It's a good call. Even if you're wrong, it's
I think
yes.
you're probably
You know,
right.
or one of the bottom teams right now against Kansas City 3 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, before they figured out
Yeah.
Mahomes. So no, I've always said on any given Sunday that's not always true.
No.
And then you're right. Then Jacksonville shocks the world.
Yeah, so anything can happen, but definitely there is a belief that like, hey, there's enough tape on most people that you know what you're getting. Like, there will be guys that I'll take an O line. There'll be a D lineman we'll see, and coach will be like, oh, you know, like, hey, like this guy's really good. He does these things well. You're gonna have to come to work every play. It's gonna be a long day, right? To have a good game, you're gonna have to be precise every play. And there's other guys that they'll be like, if you do what you're supposed to do, you should handle this guy without any problems. And if there is a problem, they'll be like, what are you doing? Like, like how did you let this happen? You know what I mean? And so, like, there's brutally honest. And so, you know, it's like how she feels is common because I've had games in college where I was on cloud 9 playing great, and then I go play this dude, I think I've told y'all before, played at Utah, and this dude just starts whipping my butt. And I was just like, what is going on? Like, didn't get drafted, not super. I played better against the guy that they had the year before that led the college football in sacks. And then the guy who went undrafted, had a cup of tea in the NFL, you know, went out there and got 2 sacks on me. So it's just one of those things where you're just like, I don't. And coach is like, are you okay? Are you injured? Like, are you hurt?
Hey, rookie.
That's a big fine.
Oh my, yeah. Now
That's a big fine.
But it's from New York, so
That's
it's got to be
a
legit.
big
it doesn't matter.
So
So
I'm a
what's
pizza guy.
We need to like
Usually
issue
the pizza
fines.
guy.
That's a big fine.
Usually people call the pizza guy, but you know, it's from New York.
Yeah, no. If we're talking fine, that's
No,
big right
but going
I
backwards.
think the word idiot right now is warranted.
Don't call him that. He's a nice guy. Like, so, kill. But what do you
Well,
think?
I got to
about-
interrupt. I like the look. I don't know if it's the
Thank you.
glasses.
Yeah, I think it's the glasses.
I'll tell you what, it's slick.
Yeah, you know, the eyes are starting to go.
So do you think that a top college program could beat the bottom NFL team on any given
No, that's
Sunday?
ridiculous.
No.
On any given
Crazy.
Saturday
That's crazy
afternoon?
talk.
No.
Yeah.
What?
That's crazy talk.
So Alabama
No.
couldn't beat
No.
like
You gotta
the
understand,
Dolphins.
Jacksonville drafted Alabama's best player last year. The best player, or Georgia's best player. But like, it's the
And Clemson was the Clemson. the year
yeah,
before.
Clemson the year before. Like, it's like all those guys. They have Alabama's left tackle from a few years
Yeah.
ago. All those
No.
guys are the best players from where they came from in college, right? Like, you just can't compare the two. And you're playing against
men.
kids.
You're playing against men.
Yeah, like you probably have some freshmen starting at quarterback, and then he's playing against Luke Kuechly or something. It's like, it doesn't, like, no, we're not doing that. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
It's not gonna
I'm
happen.
shutting it down too.
not
Definitely. Let's address real quick. I have a lot of things to vent about.
Same.
So I want to vent about the main event last week
Okay.
and the lack of knowledge by fans
Yeah.
saying that T-City lost due to an injury and Rodriguez didn't win. You have to give credit to the other fighter.
Yeah.
By putting him in a situation to flip over or to land on or whatever. You're smirking.
I have an interesting take on this.
Okay.
Okay? So, when you do a submission, the goal is to inflict damage. Right?
Well, that's the object of a fight. Sure.
Yeah, right? Okay, so I put you in an arm bar. If you don't tap, I'll break your arm.
Right.
So if I'm in the process of putting you in an arm bar, and you just look at your shoulder, did I still not accomplish the same thing that I was going to accomplish?
Absolutely.
So why is it a disqualification or no contest or whatever it
Well,
is?
no,
Why-
it was a TKO.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it should be.
Yeah. No, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Fans are saying, well, he got injured. It shouldn't be a TKO. It should be a no contest. What?
No.
Whether he did or didn't cause it, he caused it.
Yeah.
You know, same when, on
McGregor.
your leg checks. Yeah. You know,
McGregor,
when you break a leg, that's
TKO. Your body couldn't withstand. Like,
the other fighter had something to do with that.
yep, you checked your leg kick and
Right.
your leg broke. Yeah.
Well, you look like you got something to say.
I don't agree. I disagree.
Why?
Go on. That's the fight was stopped because of injury, not because of.
But the injury
of
was
will.
caused. The injury was caused
In the act of the
of a
combat
submission.
sport.
Yeah.
Right.
But it wasn't the skill of the other fighter that
Absolutely
caused
it was.
that injury.
Yes, it was. Because if he never put him in
How
that
many
arm-
times have guys stepped back and put all the weight on a knee and it blows a knee out? There was no contact. There was nothing at all.
And that's different.
They were just trying to get away
Yeah.
from it.
That's not what happened Saturday.
Yeah, he was trying to
Yeah.
put him in an armbar, and he dislocated his shoulder.
Right.
Now, somebody I saw on social media kind of called out T-City because said somebody else blew his shoulder out and continued to fight.
Yeah,
And Brian Ortega didn't have what?
yeah. Come on.
You know, I'm always, and if you remember, go back to boxing and Roberto Duran with the Nomos, and everybody was like, oh, he wimped out, or it's okay to tap out. That's the whole object of it.
Yeah.
Learn to fight another day. The guy's shoulder was out.
Like, all that's gonna happen is I'm gonna keep getting hit in my face now.
Yeah.
I can't put my hands up anymore. I can't defend myself. So no, that's ridiculous to say.
All right, a lot of stuff to get to. Caleb had some stuff. I'm sure Matt has absolutely nothing to bring to the table.
I never do.
Nothing
Throw a joke in
surprises.
here, here, there.
I brought the table.
That's true. He did. All right, let's go hit a break. Coming to you live from Tournament to Pizza. This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong and Staff Zone. We'll be right back.